And come to a nice comfortable seat in your chair and scoot forward a little bit. Find those sit bones, get nice and comfortable. Peek down at your feet. Just make sure that your knees are landing over your ankles. And I think today I'm gonna go ahead and take a block between my feet. And I'm gonna also take one between my thighs. So if you have blocks handy and you wanna use that, some days it can just be nice for a little feedback. It certainly isn't necessary. The other variation you can do, why not? Let's just do it. If you have a strap handy, you could also take a strap around your legs. And this just is nice. It gives you a little boundary in your body. You can kind of squeeze into the block and then at the same time can squeeze out against the strap. Some days that can feel like a little grounding as well. All right, and again, not necessary if you're not feeling it. So you can continue to get that set up if you need to. We're all gonna start to eventually roll our shoulders. Whew. Kind of as much as possible, just rolling off the stress of the world here. And then you can begin to roll forward a few times. Nice, roll back again, a few more times. Whew. Warming up my shoulders. And then just allow your shoulders to roll back. So you've got this openness across your heart and chest. You can take your hands to your thighs. Allow your chin to just gently drop so the back of the neck is nice and long. Smooth, full, deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. Inhale. Open your mouth, let the breath go. Ha. Right away, I can tell that the tension is creeping back into my shoulders. So just observe if that's happening in your body as well. It might be one of those days where you kind of have to like check in with yourself often. One more smooth, full, deep inhale. Sigh the breath out, ha. And then allow the lips to seal. Start to inhale through your nose and then also exhale through your nose. And let that breath just fill your head space. Let that breath become your soundtrack. All other sounds, all other distractions, all other thoughts just fade into the background. I'm just taking a few moments here to set the tone for the hour ahead of us. To drop into our bodies. To check in with ourselves. From time to time, your attention will wander, you'll get distracted. When that happens, you smile, you remind yourself to return to that sound of your breath. Some days this is really easy, some days it's really hard. Either way, it's okay. So we practice focusing our attention much like we practice doing different yoga poses. Good. Gently blink your eyes open here. Let's release our arms down by our sides. And let's inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, release the arms out and down. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, forward and up. Good. Exhale, forward and down. Good. And then let's bring hands to thighs. As you inhale, you're going to rock forward in your chair. And then from here, let's exhale, drop our chin towards our chest, and then start to round in the lower back. And then you're just going to start to melt in to nice, easy little forward fold. You can release your arms down. Take a couple of breaths here. Let the back of your neck lengthen and release. And then you can keep that rounding in your spine to slowly start to roll on up. Use your hands to press into your legs if you need to. Come up to that nice tall seat mountain pose. And then let's do that one more time. So inhale, rock forward. It's like a little cobra pose. So you're arching a lot in your lumbar, your lower back. And then start to hinge forward, pulling your belly button to your back ribs, beginning to release your chin towards your chest, arms release down, and then you're just hanging like a little rag doll here. And then keep that feeling of rounding as you come on up. And then eventually sitting nice and tall. Might get a little head rush after that forward fold. Full deep inhale here into Tadasana mountain pose. Full complete exhale. And then let's just move into some simple cat-cow. So inhaling, rocking forward on sit bones. Exhale, we stay upright this time. Come to the back of the sit bones, drop chin towards chest. Inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding in. You continue like this, it might feel nice to close your eyes. You're assessing what you need today. Does it feel right for you to move a little faster? That can be helpful if you're feeling a little lethargic, a little tired. Conversely, if you're feeling a little anxious, a little stressed out, maybe slowing your breath down would feel better. You can play with a little of both. So one of the great things about our yoga practice is it gives us this opportunity to kind of play around and explore and make adjustments. As we tune into what's going on with our bodies and our headspace on any given day. As you continue moving in this cat-cow, the spinal extension and the spinal flexion. Maybe you want to add an arm the next time you're coming into that cow stretch, and then you can release the arm as you come into the cat stretch. And then you can add the opposite arm. And this is a simple vinyasa. Let it feel really fluid and easy in your body. Kind of just gently warming up the spine and the shoulder girdle here. And of course, if you'd like to, you can add both arms at the same time. You might find that that engages your core a little bit. A few more rounds wherever you're at. Good. So if you're alternating arms, just end on that left side. You can come back to your nice tall mountain pose. Beautiful work. Let's release the arms down by our sides. Inhale, arms reach out wide. As you exhale, twist to the right. And if you're still using that block between your thighs, you can really squeeze into the block. That's going to help you to keep your lower body nice and contained. One more deep inhale, stretch out through your arms. And then exhale, go ahead and release the hands down. Left hand can be on left thigh, right thigh. Right hand is grabbing something behind you, finding a little leverage to press your shoulder heads back. Feeling that lift of your sternum up towards the ceiling. So there's a little back bend in this twist. And then bring your attention to your spine and how this twist is feeling. And depending upon what you've done today or the past couple of days, it's going to shift how things feel in your body. Observe what's going on in your neck. You might be moving towards gazing out over that right shoulder if the neck is feeling good. You might just be keeping things a little mellower if needed. All right, let's take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, you unwind, you come back to center. Arms release down by your sides. Inhale, take the arms out wide, really firming muscle to bone here. Squeezing that block if you have it, pretending if you don't. And then as you exhale, twisting to the left, extending out through your fingertips as you inhale. And then exhale again, just releasing hands down. How does this side feel different in your body? Pressing your shoulder heads back. And perhaps moving towards bringing your gaze out over your left shoulder. Inhaling, finding length in the spine. Exhaling, wrapping in a little deeper. Good deep inhale. As you exhale, you unwind, you come to center. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to drop your chin towards your chest. Might not be a big movement starting out. Observe if your shoulders are getting involved, if they're creeping up around your ears. If that's happening, just soften them down. Let's keep our chin tucked. Let's move nice and slow. Take several breaths to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. When that right ear is coming towards your right shoulder, just make sure that the shoulder is not creeping up so you can soften it down. Observe the sensation that you're feeling in the left side of your neck, those scalene muscles. And if you're feeling plenty, you just stay exactly as you are. If you want to play with releasing your left fingertips to the floor, we're just adding a little weight to the system, so it might intensify things a little bit. Perhaps, you lift your left arm a little bit. And again, that's going to change the equation. It even gets into some kind of nervy places on the inseam of the arm. Just kind of a hurts so good kind of a thing. All right, so go ahead and release that left hand down if you took that variation. And then circle back, keeping the chin tucked. Take a few breaths to come back to center. Listening to the sound of your breath here. Noticing if it feels like you found a little more space in the back of your neck. Perhaps it feels like your chin is dropping a little closer to your chest. Do a little check-in with your shoulders again. Make sure that they're not trying to help out here. And then moving nice and slow, taking your time, no rush. Keep that chin tucked. And explore, linger, breathe into the places that are tight as you move towards bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. And this side might be a completely different experience. And then maybe you want to release those right fingertips towards the floor. Keep that breath moving. Send your exhale to the spots that are feeling a little tight, a little tense. And then if you want to add, lifting that right arm. You can see how that feels on this side. Definitely gets into some interesting places in that arm, that armpit. Certainly intensifies the stretch that you're feeling in the neck, the back of the shoulder. Have you started to hold your breath? You can release that right hand back down, and then nice and easy, just coming back to center, taking your time, taking a few breaths to get there. Shoulders relaxed and heavy. Chin releasing towards your chest as you lengthen into the back of your neck. Good, and then finally, you can inhale, lift your chin parallel to the floor. Ooh, and you're probably gonna wanna give those shoulders another little wiggle out after that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just move my blocks for now. If you're enjoying them, you could keep working with them. We're gonna come into just some side to side lateral stretching. So it would work to have them. All right. So finding your nice Tadasana mountain pose, again, just making sure that your knees are over your ankles. As you inhale, reach that left arm up and over, side bend to the right. And exhale, release down. Inhaling, side bending to the left, extending through that right side, exhale, release. All right, you know the drill. Again, I want you to move at a pace with your breath that feels right for you today. And you can always close your eyes here. Sometimes that helps us to kind of get quiet and better assess what it is we're needing and feeling. It also can help us to pay attention to the sensations that we're getting in the body. And then just also enjoy how this simple vinyasa feels. Just this swaying side to side. It has this nice calming quality. Helps us to find this sense of rhythm in our bodies. Sometimes as we move with a breath like this, it actually helps us to quiet the mind a little more. Sometimes just sitting static, still, it feels a little harder. And so let's do a couple more full rounds here. The next time you're leaning off to your right side, you can just hold there. No rush. Feel the shoulder blades releasing in towards each other. Can you anchor more into your left sit bone? You can even just imagine that there's like a sandbag resting on that leg. As you anchor there, maybe you feel more length and extension through this left side of your body. You might be bringing your gaze up underneath that top arm, if it feels okay to do that in your neck. And then you might even feel this little subtle twisting sensation, those right ribs rolling up. A few more breaths here. Good deep inhale. And exhale. Release that left arm down. Inhale, right arm comes up and over. Shoulders out of the ears. Rooting down into that right sit bone. All of that length through the right side of your body. And these side bends feel so good. It's nice that we do them in yoga. We don't get them like in other kinds of exercise so much. Maybe you're gently rolling those left ribs up towards the ceiling. Perhaps gazing up if it feels okay. Good, deep inhale. And then exhale. Just release out here. Let's move into a few rounds of our Ardha Surya Namaskara, our half sun salute. So again, you could set up your blocks here on either side of your feet. Not necessary, but they can be nice. You just bring the floor a little closer. Releasing your arms down by your sides. Sitting nice and tall. As you inhale, can you get even taller as you reach the arms up? Can you keep this height even as you're hinging forward at your waist and folding in? Chin eventually releases towards chest, back of the neck long. Inhale, lengthen forward again. This is where you might press into your blocks. Your hands could be on your shins or as your thighs as well. Exhale, release back in. And then inhale, you can reverse swan dive out. That takes a little core. You could also use your hands to help you press up. Get tall, get tall, get taller. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Beautiful work. Inhaling, arms reach out and up. So more rhythm in our body that we're finding. This is a little more complex than just our side to side swaying. As you exhale, you fold in. Inhale, lengthen, but there is this pattern, there is this extension and flexion, exhaling, folding in. So let this be soothing. Inhale, reaching, how long, how tall can you get? And exhale, hands to heart center. So 3 more of these on your own. You can follow along with me. Maybe you want to slow them down. Maybe you even want to do a pause at the end of each inhale and exhale. So it's almost like you're turning this into like a 4-part breath. If sun salutes aren't working for you today, you could come into just simple cat-cow. You could sit quietly. And we've got 3 of these. Really nice work. No rush. When you're done with your 3rd round, you're just pausing in your Tadasana, your mountain pose, palms together at your heart, eyes closed, letting everything slow down. Taking stock of what's going on for you here, a little more than halfway through class. Maybe it feels like you're sitting a little taller than when you started. Sitting with a greater sense of ease and space. Maybe your headspace is shifted too for the better. Feeling a little quieter, calmer, more focused. Good. So blink your eyes open from here. We're going to come into crescent pose and then do some variations there. So option one is to just keep your legs exactly as they are in Tadasana. If you'd like to extend your left leg to straight, you can do so. So legs about hips distance apart. You're still pressing evenly into your sit bones. Both hip bones are pressing forward. And then releasing your arms by your sides here. Inhale, arms reach out and up. So just nice and simple here. Imagine that somebody is holding your wrist, gently tractioning you a little longer. Feel that lift of your sternum, so there's a little cobra pose in your upper body. And then for a few breaths, perhaps bring your gaze up. You might even press your palms together. Good. Then bring your arms, shoulders distance apart. Bring your gaze forward and let's spin the palms to face forward. And then as you exhale, we're going to cactus the arms and kind of lean the wrists back, traction the elbows forward. Inhale, stretch up. Good. And then exhale, find that little goalpost shape, stretching into the pectorals, the shoulders, inhaling, reaching up. Good, and then exhale. Hold here, a couple of breaths. Shoulder blades are really squeezing in towards each other. You're leaning those wrists back, so it's going to intensify things a little bit. Good, and then just find more like of a classic touchdown place. Good, deep inhale. And then let's exhale. Twist to the right. So here we are again, albeit with a slightly different variation with our legs. Extend the arms to straight, reach out, reach out. And then your next exhale, again, release the hands down. Left hand could be on left thigh. It might come to the outside of your right thigh. Right hand reaches behind you. Same idea. The bulk of the work is happening in the upper body here. So your lower body is staying anchored and set, but you're just wrapping those left ribs to the right. Couple more breaths. And actually, why not? Since we're here, we're going to stay in the twist in the upper body, but reach that right arm out and then take it up and over. So we're getting a little of that side stretch along with the twist. We're just like mixing two things, two yummy things together. It's like peanut butter and chocolate. It's like homemade sourdough bread and butter. Whatever your favorite combination is. All right, so from here, let's start to just untwist the upper body, and we're going to take a little forward fold. So you could use your hands on your legs. You might have those blocks handy. You might have really long monkey arms like me, so maybe your fingertips come towards the floor. Lots of options here. Can you let your chin release towards your chest?
And you might notice, especially if you have that left leg extended to straight, that as we forward fold in this crescent pose configuration, you start to feel a little more hamstring stretch, maybe outer hip and glute, lower back. And then let's just keep that chin releasing towards the chest, like your little rag doll. Start to roll on up. You can use your hands on your thighs to help you press up. You begin to stack your vertebrae on top of each other. Moving nice and slow. So after those forward folds, you can feel a little lightheaded sometimes. Really nice. Let's take our second side. So if that left leg is extended, go ahead and bend the knee in. And then perhaps you're extending that right leg to straight. And as you know, it's absolutely fine if side to side things look a little different. So not a big deal at all. As you inhale, take the arms out and up. Few breaths here, just classic, basic, simple crescent pose. So you're elongating through the sides of your waist. You're feeling that lift of your sternum up. You might even be bringing your gaze up. You might be pressing your palm. You might be feeling the rootedness of your sit bones down into your chair. Good. And then just bring your gaze forward, bring your arms, shoulders distance apart. And we're going to do those little cactus arms again. So as you exhale, start to bend the elbows and kind of leaning the wrists back. A little stretch there. Inhale, reach up. Beautiful. As you exhale, find some sensation. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Good. And then just kind of upright your goalpost arms here. Good. Deep inhale. Extend arms to straight. Actually, what did we do? We twisted first. And then we extended our arms. Reach, reach, reach. It's a good thing I remembered that. I would have ruined the rest of the day for y'all. Go ahead and release your hands down. Have to report me to the yoga police. Press your shoulder heads back. Feel that lift of your sternum. And then maybe you're moving towards bringing your gaze out over that left shoulder. Those right ribs wrap to the left. Your breath is smooth and steady. It's nice and easy. Good. And then peanut butter chocolate time again. So stay in the twist, but reach that left arm out. And then you can take it up and over. Can you press more into that left sit bone so you can find more extension through that left side of your waist, even as you're wrapping those right ribs up towards the ceiling. So many yummy things happening all at once. Few more really good, steady breaths here. All right, and then you can just start to unwind. Beautiful. And then we take that forward fold. Good. Hands resting on thighs, your blocks, a table in front of you, the floor. Feeling that stretch in that right hamstring if that leg is extended. Maybe even sending your breath to the back of that leg. Good, nice and slow. Start to roll on up. No rush. Vertebrae begin to stack on top of each other. You might get that little head rush as you come to the top. Beautiful. And then you can bend that right knee again. Take a couple of breaths here in your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Noticing how you're feeling. All right, so we're quickly running out of time today. We've created all of this space through the sides of the waist, the back. So we're gonna just come into a couple downward facing dogs as promised. And we'll just give them kind of a nice long hold today so we can just find more of that extension. So setting up for this, you can use a table in front of you, a piece of wall in front of you, a second chair. You're using the chair, just make sure that it's not gonna slide away from you. I like to set up with my the back of the chair facing towards me, because then I have a couple of options for height, which can be nice. All right. So again, we just started in our basic shape, our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Press into your sit bones, release your arms by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then exhale, spin your palms to face forward. Spread your fingers here, and already just pretend that you're like pressing into some wall. And we start to hinge forward. We reach, we reach, we reach, we reach. And you might have to adjust your chair here. Keep that feeling, that idea of palms really pressing down, so fingers spreading. And then you can release your ears between your biceps, your inner arms, kind of just gazing down towards your feet, maybe slightly ahead. Your shoulder blades are squeezing in towards each other. You're widening across the back of the body. Muscle really firms to bone here. So this is a big arm workout. Inner arm is wrapping towards outer arm. You can squeeze the forearms in towards each other. And then connect with that breath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. And then just start to lift your gaze so you're peeking forward between your hands. You can even think of this as a little upward dog. So kind of really try to bend that thoracic up towards the ceiling, root down into whatever it is that you're pressing into. Good, so it's a nice little thoracic stretch. One hand to your thigh, one hand to your thigh. Squeeze those elbows in. And then press up. Beautiful. I promise 2, we're getting 1.
We're going to roll our shoulders back. I want to make sure that we get a little breath work in today. Okay, so let's do our nadi shodhana, our alternate nostril breathing. We haven't done that in a few weeks. I think it'll feel good. So give the fingers a little firework action. Come on, Zoom. Don't let us down. Is that the trick? Even if they're not happening on Zoom, we feel them in our heart. All right, and then bring the fingers towards the wrists. This just feels kind of good too. You can imagine that you're doing this on a beach with sand. Peanut butter and chocolate, sunblock and sand. Some things were just meant to go together. All right, so let's just give the wrist a little circle here. Oh, and then you can release your arms down. So we want to keep these shoulders nice and relaxed, especially as we block the nostrils. That shoulder is going to want to lift up. So you're just going to be mindful to pay attention to that. Don't care how you block your nostrils. You can use any finger combination. Classic mudra is to bend your second and third finger in, pinky and fourth kind of like become one finger. Find that bony part of your nose, release down to the cartilage. Good, nice deep inhale through both nostrils. Full complete exhale through both nostrils. All right, go ahead and block right, inhale left. Block left, exhale right. 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 Release your right hand down and just take a couple of breaths here. So inhaling through both nostrils and exhaling. Again, inhale and exhale. We're going to start to set up that left hand. So again, any mudra. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left.
Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Block left, inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Release your left hand down. Inhale through both nostrils. And exhale. Good, inhale. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. And then moving towards our final resting pose, Shavasana here, you're probably gonna stay exactly where you are, but you're gonna let it feel a little different. So you're letting go of this idea of having to work and control things. And instead you're finding this easiness, this receptiveness, this sense of surrender and letting go. You're inviting the body and brain to assimilate this work that we've done this past hour, to put it all together. You're giving yourself this opportunity to kind of pause before you segue into the rest of your day ahead. Soaking up these final moments. It's amazing what just sitting quiet for a couple of moments can do, especially when things feel stressful and overwhelming. So just be here in your Shavasana. Let it feel good. Asatoma satgamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityoma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Let your next inhale be deeper. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Now you can start to wiggle fingers, toes, circle ankles, wrists. Stretch out. So just bringing any movement back to your body that feels good. And you'll eventually land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. Send yourself love and gratitude. Send your body love and gratitude. We send each other love and gratitude. It's a gift to be able to work like this, spend time together. And just promise yourself you're going to carry this good feeling you worked so hard to create with you into the rest of the day and week ahead. Finally, just bow your head with a smile. Terrific work today. Thank you. Great to see you all. Go out there and enjoy fall.